It's me, Roger. I'm back again to make a little video where I share all my little secrets with you. Do you have clean hands? Are you subscribed? So let's not waste any more time. Let's go! Hello! Today we're going to make garlic bread. Let's get started right away. So for that we will need 321 grams of half-white flour. So that's T550. Next, 80 grams of rye flour, 8 grams of salt, 10 grams of baker's yeast, 60 grams of fermented dough, and 30 grams of finely chopped fresh garlic. So in the bowl, we're going to add the 250 grams of water that I forgot to mention earlier, and the 2 flours. Next, we're going to allow that to run for approximately 2 to 3 minutes on the initial speed setting, depending on the specific type and model of the mixer being utilized, in order to achieve a cohesive mass that closely resembles a dough-like consistency. I'll see you in 2 minutes, a little more than 2 minutes. Now that the flour and water are well mixed, we're going to cover it up. I have a plastic cover that fits perfectly on it, and we're going to let that rest for about a good hour. See you in a bit. In approximately 1 hour from now, we will proceed to incorporate the dough that has undergone fermentation, along with the baker's yeast, into our mixing bowl. This step is crucial for the development of flavor and texture in our final product. And we're going to let that run on the first speed setting for approximately 6 minutes or so. Just let it run smoothly on the initial speed for a total of about 6 minutes. Exactly. There you go. And I'll see you in 6 minutes. The first speed is done. I'm taking the salt, I'm adding it to the bowl, and I'm going to let it run for another 6 minutes on the third speed. I'll see you in 6 minutes. So now that the kneading is done, I'm going to add my finely chopped garlic, and I'm going to give it a few turns in the mixer, just enough to mix my garlic well into the dough. This might take about 15. I'm going to give it a few turns in the mixer, carefully and slowly, just enough to mix my garlic well into the dough, ensuring that every bit of garlic is evenly distributed throughout the dough to achieve a perfect blend. So that can last 15 in 20 seconds. There you go. Now that the garlic is thoroughly and completely incorporated, I am going to take my dish in just a little while, sprinkle it lightly and evenly with a small amount of flour, and then take out my dough. Of course, I'm adding a little bit of flour because it's a dough. It's a bit sticky. I think it's sticking too much to my fingers. So, my dough is a little sticky. I'm adding some flour around it, and I'm trying my best to form a ball that I'll put back in my dish with a bit of flour on top, and I'll cover it with a cloth. I'm going to let it rest for 30 minutes, and I'll see you in 30 minutes. After half an hour, I'm going to take out my dough, and I'm going to fold it several times like this, and make a nice ball again that I'm going to put back in my dish with a little bit of flour so it doesn't stick, and wait for an hour this time. I'll see you in an hour. So after an hour, we're going to shape it. For that, I'm taking my dough. It smells great with the garlic. And I'm shaping it into a long piece and putting it on a piece of parchment paper, a baking paper. Those little spots you see, that's garlic, okay? It's not crusty dough. And now, we just have to wait approximately half an hour to around 40 minutes for our dough to rise before baking it. In the meantime, I'm going to cover it carefully and very gently with my cloth and preheat my oven. See you in a bit. The bread has now risen. I'm going to sprinkle it with flour. And slice it carefully. I'm going to cut it this way, which will give my bread a unique appearance compared to traditional loaves. I'm going to slide my bread onto a board in order to put it in my already preheated oven at 220 degrees. The oven in my kitchen is preheated to a high temperature, making it perfectly ready for baking. I am carefully sliding my freshly prepared loaf of bread into the oven's warm interior. To ensure the bread bakes with a perfect crust, I am introducing a burst of steam into the oven. A little more. I'm setting it to convection heat and lowering it to 180 degrees for 40 minutes. I'll see you in 40 minutes. It's been 40 minutes since the bread has been in the oven. Now I'm going to take it out. I am gently placing my freshly baked loaf of bread onto a wire cooling rack, allowing it to cool down evenly and maintain its perfect texture and flavor. A little check. It's baked, and here's a beautiful loaf of bread. So here's this beautiful bread, or what's left of it. I absolutely couldn't resist having a piece of cheese. Let me know how it turns out. See you soon for another bread and enjoy your meal. I really hope you truly like this particular video. Now you definitely know how to actually do it. Go ahead and do it. It is not very hard. And I'll see you soon for the next video. Goodbye. Don't forget to give a thumbs up, subscribe, share my videos, and thanks for leaving a comment.